Welcome to A Seat at the Table. My name is Zanele Kumalo and I'm the editor of W24. Today we're going to be talking about body positivity. So I'll start with Elsa Kruger. And then we have Lisa Davies. We have Tanda Hopper.
Body positivity. Cheers.
Let's talk about the first time that you felt really confident in your own skin.
The first time I think I felt confident in my own skin, I think I was probably in matric. And my father, prior to that, had always told me what a beautiful girl I am. He told me I'm the most beautiful girl in the world. But I didn't believe him because everywhere I went, I was the one who was different from everybody. And then one day when I was in matric, I actually went to color my eyebrows. So I left home looking one way and I came back home looking very different from the little girl that my mother saw in the morning. And that was the time when, after that, everybody came back and they told me how beautiful I looked. I thought I felt very confident, but you would never see me without makeup. Until one day I did a Forbes shoot. This was now at the beginning of my modeling career. The word beauty was not assigned to a woman who looks like me. So I decided I'm gonna take off the eyelashes. I'm gonna, the eyebrows and eyelashes and keep them pale. Mm-hmm. So I think that was the stage in my life when I actually started feeling confident in my skin and I actually started feeling like I was enough. And I think that was a choice that I had to make to work toward a sense of enoughness.
My own journey. As a little girl, I don't remember this because I think that a lot of stuff happens to us in our childhood that we forget about. So I've gone on a really deep journey of learning to discover who it is that I am and on a path of self-love. But when I was about 5 years old, I remember looking through a bodybuilding magazine thinking how beautiful the woman looked. 22 years later, what I actually discovered was I'd blocked out the memory that I was actually in fact looking at the bodybuilding magazine with my father. I did everything that I could to build these muscles to try and gain my father's approval. And it's been such a deep journey. I don't think the journey of self-love ever stops. And I think it's a decision you have to make every single day. Yeah. We have a choice, love or fear. Am I going to choose to love myself or am I going to choose to fear myself?
And does it get easier the older you get?
Well, let's ask
No, that inner critic stays with you always. When I was little and up until my mid-20s, I was very, very skinny. And in my 20s, my figure was very good. And by 30s, it was very good. Suddenly, the 40s hit and the hormonal menopausal storms hit. I could always feel and count my ribs. There was suddenly this python that wrapped itself around my midriff here overnight. Fortunately, it also happened to a lot of my friends. So we could talk about this. And it made me realize how much of my identity I invested in how I looked and how other people reacted to me. And that's when I started my, as we say, journey. I actually gave my inner critic a name. Her name is Harriet, and I tell her to go away. Harriet, go.
Are we scared of aging still? Even knowing that things have changed, even knowing that there's this whole body positivity movement?
I do know that if I continue on this journey and I make that choice every single day to choose love and compassion for myself, that eventually I'm going to get to this age where I can be this beautiful grey fox, with all my beautiful wrinkles and just feel amazing. So I look forward to that day.
I'm a bit more positive about growing older in terms of see the role models that we see these days. It seems like there is now an awareness of ageism that we didn't have 20 years ago. There's the example of Isabella Rossellini, who worked for a great French cosmetics house. And at 28, they fired her because she was too old. Now she's 63. They called her and said, please come back.
Beautiful.
A lot of what the body positivity movement has said is that you have to accept your flaws. But I think there's also a kind of counter-argument that you should be free to fix or change whatever it is that you want.
That I think we need to balance beauty choices, and I don't think we should judge each other's beauty choices. But I do think that it is a cultural responsibility to show beauty variations. There needs to be kind of a revolution with regards to how we perceive beauty. I think flaws become flaws a lot of the times because us as human beings, we bring culture into it and we decide what a flaw is and what a flaw is not.
You're different, but it's individual, and that's your beauty, and your flaws are your flaws. You can decide whether you want to can do something to it, or otherwise say, I'm quite happy to go along with what Mother Nature is giving me at this stage.
And that's one thing I'd love to end off with. If you could just boldly declare the one thing you never thought that you would love about yourself that you are obsessed with now.
I never, ever, ever thought I'd love my big bum.
And now you do.
And now I love my booty.
I go with that. I always hated it because I had the tiny waist and then I came out like that. No, it didn't fit the pattern. But now I go, girls are having enhancements these days. I've got it naturally, so it's cool.
I think it's the lightness of my eyebrows and eyelashes. I think that's the one thing that I never thought I would absolutely adore so much.
Okay, I love that. That is so beautiful. Keth, thank you so much for this incredible conversation. It's been very enlightening, and I think it's due to women like you that we are moving forwards in this really incredibly positive space. And thank you for joining a seat at the table today.
Thank you, Zanele.
Thank you. That was lovely.